Just this afternoon, Slippery Starmer told Parliament the entire country is behind the corrupt Ukrainian government and President Zelensky.
When the crowd in Whitehall cheered at the top of their voices, they were speaking for the whole of our country.
Well, let me be clear. Starmer doesn't speak for me. Those crowds were not speaking for me. And I'm fairly certain they weren't speaking for many of you either. This feels like 2020. Again, folks, lockdowns, the vaccines, COVID, all those in power and with the megaphones singing from the same pre-prepared hymn sheet, being prepared to put your economic prosperity and your sons' lives in the crosshairs. For what? This is a distraction and a diversion from the real issues that are tearing Britain apart. But trust me, two-tier Keir really wants a war.
The UK is prepared to back this with boots on the ground and planes in the air. Together with others, Europe must do the heavy lifting.
And the mainstream media are backing him, prepared to tear down our most important strategic and economic relationship while throwing out the sacrosanct principle that our king and our monarchy must stay above the political fray. Look at this front page from the Mail on Sunday at the weekend. Now, if I was still working for the Mail, if they hadn't sacked me for laughing at a joke, I would have quit over this. Now stop the state visit for bully Trump, was their headline. Can we just think of the consequences of that for a second? Tariffs, a potential forever war in Russia, the UK going head-to-head with all of the big tech companies that actually doesn't even bear thinking about. And what about the fact? What about the fact that seems to have been missed by all the mainstream media that it was Volodymyr Zelensky himself who entered the storied Oval Office and decided to call the American Vice President J.D. Vance a bitch.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour.
Now, that phrase, can I just tell you, is a Russian insult that translates into bitch F word. Just imagine if Trump had done that. This guy is not a hero. But the incessant drumbeat from our political elite is that it was the Donald who was ungracious. And sure enough, the Mail got their way this morning as the king allowed himself to become a political pawn, and our commentariat cheered along without a second thought of the dire constitutional implications.